Alrighty, welcome back to the Seth Show right here on Spreaker.com. Our double dose of Ace of Base. That right there with All That She Wants. And before that we had Don't Turn Around. Right now I am in the process of there it is. I was looking for my comedy clip of the evening, which I never forget that. So let me do this real quick. Whoa, man, this is Surfer Joe, and it's time for the comedy clip of the evening. Whoa. I love that. I added a new comedy clip this evening. It is from Jeannie Robertson. This one cracks me up every time I hear this one. This one is absolutely hilarious. This one is called Left Brain's Luggage in Hawaii. So, and it is 10 minutes and 36 seconds long, so I'm going to go ahead and play it. That'll be the end of the first half right here, so I'm going to go ahead and play it. Without further ado, here's Jeannie Robertson and Left Brain's Luggage in Hawaii.
Left Brain is financially frugal. Around our house, we spell that C-H-E-A-P. He's most generous if somebody else needs help. You know that. But on himself, he will not spend it. I booked my first speech in Hawaii, or as we say around here, Hawaii. We were so excited. We had never been there. I didn't know what they were going to wear. I took all my clothes, had them ready to go. We were going to cash in points and stay at the Sheraton at Waikiki Beach an extra week. Had an airline ticket. It was wonderful. The only problem we had was that I was to leave home, go to Minnesota, make a speech, and fly to Honolulu from there. Left Brain couldn't go with me that day. He had to come the day I would be flying, but he had to fly from North Carolina, and he was going to bring the luggage. When will I learn? The client called the day that I was leaving and said, Jeannie, I forgot to get gifts for the spouses in our group. Is there any way that you can get 150 of your hardback books to Hawaii? I said, that's no problem. I tell you they're hardback only so you know how heavy this was. I said, my husband will bring them with the luggage. Hung up, and I said to Jerry, you got to take, with all this bags and stuff, you got to take these 7 cases of books with you to the airport. The airlines will ship them, but you're going to have to pay extra per box. Just pay whatever they want, get these books to Hawaii. He said, wait a minute, pay whatever they want? There's got to be a better way than that. And you understand with Left Brain that a better way is synonymous with a cheaper way. He worked on his better way all afternoon. He went up into the attic, got 6 of the biggest suitcases you have ever seen. I didn't even know they were up there, no wheels on them. One of them was a trunk I took to Auburn with me as a freshman. He took the books out of carefully packaged cases, wrapped each book individually in T-shirts, shorts, underwear, shirts, packed all these bags back, and when he finished, all of our clothes were wadded up around these 150 books, and they're in these bags that he shut up that you couldn't even pick up. I just looked at him and I said, well, I wouldn't have done it that way, but I'll see you in Hawaii. He said, wait a minute, you're the one that travels all the time. How am I going to get these bags from the airport to the Sheraton at Waikiki Beach? I said, that's easy. You just somehow get them to the curb, you get in a cab, and just say, take me to the Sheraton at Waikiki Beach. He said, how much you think that cab's going to cost? Why would it matter? You would have just flown 10 hours. Your body, Jerry, will think it is the next day. Pay him. Get to the hotel. He said, what does it say in the little book? He had been over to the May Memorial Library, checked out a book on how to see Hawaii on $23.42 a day. I looked it up. Honolulu Airport to the hotels at Waikiki Beach, $20 plus a tip. $20. Got to be a better way than that. I said, well, honey, you could go on the shuttle, but I'm going to tell you from experience, you'll have to wait after that long trip for the shuttle to fill up. And then you're going to have to go to every hotel that somebody is stopping at. And you're going to get there 2 hours before I do, but it'll take you all that time to get there. What does the little book say about the shuttle? $8 be a smaller tip. He said, I bet there's a better way than that. I said, I bet I will just see you in Hawaii. Aloha. The next day I gave my speech in Minnesota. I had one little rolling cart. I flew to Hawaii, got off with my one little rolling cart, went straight to the curb and got in a cab. Said, here's your $20 and here's your tip. Take me to the Sheraton at Waikiki Beach. I was checking in, and I just asked the man behind the desk one question, and you would have thought I had taken a pail of ice water and thrown it in his face. All I said was, has my husband checked in yet? He backed up and raised his voice, I thought for the benefit of the bellman standing over there, and he turned into an Elvis announcer. Mr. Robertson is in the building. I thought that sounded a little bit strange, but I went up and I unlocked the door, and there stood Jerry, dripping wet. Bags everywhere, golf clubs all over the room. He said, I just got here. Aloha. What happened, honey? Was your plane late? Plane ran right on time. It took me 2 hours to get from the airport to this hotel with these bags. Well, what happened? Did the cab get caught in traffic? I didn't come in a cab. I found a better way. I said, you came on that shuttle and you went around from hotel to hotel for 2 hours. He said, I didn't come on the shuttle either. I came on the city bus. $1, no tip. Now, this might be a male-female thing. The women will have to tell me. This irritated me. I was not the one who did it, but this just irritated me. I said, I'm worn out, honey. Let's just go get something to eat and go to bed. He said, I found a place in the little book. We passed 6 nice restaurants in this hotel to go 3 blocks away to Denny's. I heard a comedian say, people don't go to Denny's, people wind up at Denny's. That is not true. We go to Denny's. We seek Denny's. We have a satellite global thing on our car that pulls us in to Denny's. But when we passed the bellman, one of them said, everything all right now, Mr. Robertson? It's a strange thing for a bellman to say. We ate and got back upstairs, and I said, honey, I got to go down to the gift shop and get something. I went down there and went up to the bell stand, the man there working. I said, excuse me, do you remember me? Yes, Mrs. Robertson, what can I do for you? I want to know what my husband did. Nothing, not a thing, nothing. No, I said, let me make sure you understand. We love each other dearly. We are best friends, but I just sense I'm missing something here. He said, Mrs. Robertson, are you aware that your husband came from the airport to this hotel with all that luggage on the city bus? I said, yes, I am. $1, no tip. He said, but Mrs. Robertson, are you aware that the city bus doesn't come to the Sheraton? The city bus stops 2 long blocks around that corner. He said, a bunch of us were up here, tourists everywhere, and we saw a man, your husband, come around the corner with golf clubs on his shoulder, carrying 2 bags, almost stumbling under the weight of the bags. People up here said, look at that, wonder where he's going. You think he's coming here? One woman says, is it a homeless person? He put those bags down and went and completely disappeared from sight. We watched the bags, and in a few minutes, he came back around the corner with 2 more bags, put them down, and turned to leave. Another bellman stepped up and said, but he never let those golf clubs out of his sight. This time he disappeared and didn't come back for a long time. And when he did, he was dragging a trunk, had another suitcase, bags, and when he got to the first four, he sidestepped and went on a little further and put them down and kept repeating the process till he got to the end of the first block and looked up here. We said, he is coming to the Sheraton. We went down to try to help him, but when we got 10 feet from him, he said, I can get it. I've got these bags. I don't need any help. No, I got them this far. The bellman said, Mrs. Robertson, could it have been that your husband didn't want to tip? Duh! A better wife would have not mentioned it. I went straight upstairs. What you gonna do with the $19, honey? Go to Europe? I was merciful. I kept saying all week, $19 in his pocket, $19. Finally, after about 5 days, he said, all right, now that's enough. I did say $19. He said, you weren't going to be here for 2 hours anyway, and I met some interesting people on the bus. Wouldn't you have loved to know what they said that night at supper? But then he said, maybe the funniest thing I've ever heard Left Brain say. And this is what reminds me that things are just not going to change. I'm not and he's not. Because with complete sincerity, he said, it'll be easier going home because the bags won't be as heavy and there'll be two of us to take them down to the bus stop. No.
Alrighty, welcome back to the Seth Show right here on Spreaker.com. That was Jeannie Robertson with Left Brain's Luggage in Hawaii. We are back for the second half. The second hour of the Seth Show right here on Spreaker.com. I have everybody's requests up on the console already. I was doing that while Jeannie Robertson was playing. So I have everyone's requests coming up next, starting off with Cypress Hill and Insane in the Brain. Now that's the first I have actually heard someone actually request Cypress Hill, but that's not bad. That's not bad, though. And that was requested by Princess, in which I got that coming up. And, of course, like I said, I got everybody else's requests coming up also, so no worries. So let's go ahead and let's get it kicking, shall we? Let's go ahead and let's kick off with Cypress Hill, requested by Princess, with Insane in the Brain.
Were you trying to get crazy with this, eh? Don't you know I'm loco?